beauties, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Glamorous Beauty and we are here today with the Jeffree Star Cosmetic Concealer and Powder. So if you guys want to see how this wore, my full thoughts and opinions on this, then continue to watch. I did get some pictures from the wedding. I do apologize that I could not film on Saturday. We were running so fucking late. We were losing our minds. She was almost late for her wedding. Let's jump on in and get this baby started and let me give you guys all the deets on these products. So, like I said in the intro, we're going to be reviewing the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Concealer and Powder. It's really cute packaging. I really love the way you done it. It's the Magic Star. Just says Magic Star and it's got the star in it. It's nice and pink. It has the color on the top and then your opening here at the bottom, which is the way I opened mine because the top is more sealed than the bottom. And this, you know, secures your concealer inside so it doesn't slip out. On the side, it just says full coverage, long-lasting, anti-aging properties, natural matte finish. It says it right here. The packaging on the powder, I really think this is super cute. It's got the little star wand. It has the shade. Mine is in beige. And then it has Magic Star here. Net weight is 10 grams, 0.353 ounce. On the concealer, you're looking at 3.4 mLs or 0.115 fluid ounce. The actual package of the product is very cute. Here's the concealer. It's got the nice, cute little star. It's very sharp, so be careful and know that in advance that on the very tip of this star, it is very, very sharp. On the outer part of it, it's got your cute little pink star. Very cute. And then you open it up. And there's your wand. This wand does have a small, like, hole right here in the center. And that's just so you can have more product. Your product will spread and go a lot further. So it's kind of like a little cup that holds product in there. And then on the powder, we open it up and we have a great big pink star. Very, very cute. I love the packaging of this. And then you just have your shade and all the info on the back. Both of these retail for $22, so it's not really outrageously priced for what you're getting. You are paying, of course, for the name. Now, I want to talk a little bit before I actually start putting this on. The concealer is a little smaller than majority of concealers out there. This concealer is about $10 cheaper than a lot of the other brands that are similar. Most concealers run between $22 to $40, but most concealers do contain a tad bit more product than his. But again, he also says one dip, you can basically do your whole face. A lot of products you have to continue to dip into. It's kind of, you know, That's something that I'm going to have to update you guys later about to see how long this actually goes and lasts compared to all my other concealers. I basically never use up a concealer anyways. Majority of the time, my shelf life on my concealers run out before I even get finished using them. These do have a 12-month shelf life, just as most items in the same category. The powder, again, it is a tad bit smaller than most powders. I don't want to call this really a luxurious line, but that middle in between drugstore and luxurious. A lot of the products in this range or this area, it does usually have a tad bit more, you know, about 18 grams more than what his powder does. Again, you're looking at anywhere in price difference, $10 to $20. Because most powders, again, are going to start around $32 and go up, except for your more reasonably priced items, more your drugstore powders, and, you know, you're going to be able to afford that a lot better. If you are a collector and you love Jeffree Star, you're going to invest in it no matter what, just like myself. I just absolutely adore collecting his products. So even if I don't use them for say every day, I'm going to buy them. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and show you guys what this looks like. I have pictures of the wedding. I will insert them on my mother-in-law. Please make sure you guys give a big congrats to her down below. The Saturday was so hectic trying to get her ready. We were running behind, so I did not have time to actually film. So I'm just going to insert the pictures right here of her and let you see how her makeup turned out. It was very pretty. I do have some comments that I'm going to make about this concealer. We're going to save that to the end. I want to give you guys a lot of info on this. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. I've already got my skin prepped and ready to go. I've got the foundation on. And the shade I am using is C14. It is almost my skin tone, so I really can't highlight with this too much. But we're going to do it for the purpose of this video. It is medium skin tones with yellow undertones, and it is very true to that. I'll do a nice swatch on my hand for you and let you see. It definitely leans yellow. One dip, I'm going to go ahead and start the same dip that I used for the hand swatch. And we're just going to go in here and apply this. Now he does state that this formula is a slight bit different than most concealers on the market, that this is more of a hybrid formula. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this slightly angled foundation brush. It's perfect for underneath the eyes. I've really been loving this brush. It is an off-brand that I found on Amazon, but it's perfect for this. So that is what I'm going to be using today. Now, I have used this with a beauty blender, so I will leave all the info later on how I feel about using this with a beauty blender. As most of you guys know, I use one side normally with beauty blender, one side with the brush, but we're not going to do that today. Like I said, this is not my first time playing with this, so I do have my full opinions ready, but I want to show you the application just so you can see up close. We're just going to start here and just start blending that out so it's nice and smooth, but this brush just really presses that in so close to the under eye. And there we go, up close, nice and smooth, no creasing. And here we are up close. This is before I set it. Now, it does self-set. I'm going to actually show you on the back of my hand a little bit. I did rub this in slightly, but not too much, and we're just going to let that set just a few minutes. It's very velvety, smooth, very soft, very down to more of a powder finish. Here we have it. It does go on very nicely. It gives a nice brightening effect. Now, I will give it that. All of these shades give a nice brightening effect. Now inside the powder, I'm going to hold this up. It is completely sealed off. You just twist one way to open. You have your nice little holes. If I can get the thing to set up without spilling it. So on this side you have your holes, so you can just tap a little bit of this into the back of the lid like I'm going to do here. With this, I'm going to set it with a dry beauty blender. Now, a lot of people have said that this has a scent to it. Mine does not. Mine does not have any scent at all. I don't know what that's about, because everybody I've talked to said that theirs smells kind of like burnt cotton candy or the fair, or like burnt brown sugar. It goes into the skin flawlessly. Alright guys, so there is the powder. It is all setting very beautiful up underneath the skin. Now I'm going to take my brush. This is a Real Technique blush brush, and I'm just going to slightly knock that off. Alright, so here we are, blended out, powder on, looking very nice, very airbrushed, very poreless, porcelain. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go finish the rest of my face, and I'll be back with my final thoughts and a check-in for you guys in a few hours. Alright, babe, so I am back. We are about, I don't know, 8.5 hours in. As you guys can see, I finished off my makeup. I used the Maybelline Dream Mousse in 2 shades today, one to contour, and then in these areas real light, and it turned out so beautiful, so flawless. I'm going to do a full review on that foundation, even though it's an older one, and let you guys see a wear test on it. On to the concealer and the powder. Here we are, 8.5 hours in. It's really setting very nicely, very highlighting, very brightened, even up close in person. I want to talk a little bit on the concealer. This concealer I used not only on myself, but also my mother-in-law. She is 60 years young. When I was using this concealer Saturday, I do have a few issues with it. I love him to death. I simply adore Jeffree, but I do not feel like this formula was ready to launch. I feel like being that it was stolen and it was just, you know, broadcasted all over social media, he just kind of went on with it and let it launch. But I do feel like it could be, you know, a little critique done to it. What I feel like when I did my mother-in-law's makeup Saturday with this, it started looking really nice at first. Now on her skin, even though she is 60, she does not even have any deep wrinkles. I have more wrinkles than my mother-in-law does. But she has quite a bit of fine lines. However, typically on my mother-in-law, up underneath the eyes, you cannot see any of her fine lines. When I applied this, it was looking really nice, like I said. But right here on the left eye, I kept seeing something that looked like a bruise. And I'm like, Nola, what'd you hit? And she's like, I haven't hit nothing. I don't have a bruise. Well, let's go outside and get in some natural sunlight and let me see. We went outside and I was looking. I turned her head left, right, to see if there was some type of bruise there. There was no bruise. What it had done is this had caught into that fine line and did not pack down in there, you know, all the way, and it was really accentuating those fine lines, so it left like this casting of a shadow, which in return made that fine line look like a bruise. It does crease, it will crease. To make it look like that, it just was not looking good. I slightly pulled the skin very lightly, and I went in with the beauty blender and I just really packed it in, because at this point we were already running late. I could not redo her makeup. If you're using this, I would highly suggest a brush. It just comes out more flawless. It really works it into the crevices or any fine lines that you have. The beauty blender, it does an okay job, but I feel like with this formula, if you go in with a damp beauty blender, it almost lifts and moves the product as you're trying to blend it in. So I would not recommend using a damp beauty blender with this formula. However, you do you, because we're all different. All of our skin works different. But I am just saying personally from my experience, not only with myself, but also on my mother-in-law, I've had issues with the dampened beauty blender. That's really all I have to say about the concealer. I do feel like this is not full coverage. I feel like this is medium to buildable coverage, because when I first went into my mother-in-law, she had a little bit of dark circles going on here. Not too bad. Woo! Damn. The first layer did not cover that dark circle, so I had to go in with a second layer to truly get it in. And when I did not build all the way across. I just slightly added a tad bit more here just to cover that dark circle. I, however, do not have dark circles, so I don't have that problem. But if you do, I find that Maybelline, Age Rewind, and the NARS in the pot, I feel like those concealers outdo this concealer a lot. And I feel like those concealers also do not crease. That's my personal opinion and my personal experience with him. Like I said, I admire Jeffree on so many different levels, but I just feel like this product was not ready to come out and launch. Now you can also use color corrector and then go in with one light layer. I have done that, and that works well also. Now, onto this bad boy. Again, like I said, mine does not have no scent at all. It is scent proof, like none whatsoever. Not even a slight smell of cotton candy. I bought this off of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, so I do know it's 100% authentic. I did get the shade beige. This bad boy, this is heaven. Heaven in a container. When I usually really have bad pores here, and most powders I use just kind of sit on top of the pores. You can kind of see the powder coming through. This literally conceals my pores. It truly does give an airbrush finish. It's very finely milled. It is totally worth $22. I do think that Maybelline, their Fit Me powder, is absolutely just as good as this, but I am a huge Jeffree Star fan. I'm going to collect his products for the rest of my life, or as long as financially I can. I do feel like you should totally invest in this if you're looking for an airbrush finish. Again, I had some issues with that concealer, but I'll tell you what, once I put this powder on, it truly transformed the way that that concealer was sitting on my face. I've used this with multiple concealers. Gives that beautiful airbrush effect. I've used it with just a dry beauty blender. I've worked it with a dampened beauty blender. I've worked it with a brush. The results are flawless with any tool I have used as of yet. I used this on my mother-in-law on her wedding day. Many, many pictures. Not one bit of any type of casting came off. It had no flashback. And her skin looks so fucking good in that pictures, man. It was like, woo, a whole new woman. It was gorgeous, and I really contribute that to this powder. Out of the two, what would I suggest? I really think that you could pass on the concealer. I don't think it's nothing that hasn't been done before. The formula, like I said, he stated it was more like a hybrid gel formula. I feel like that it glides on very nice. It's, you know, it sets itself to a very nice, soft, velvety, semi-matte finish, but I don't see it being anything, you know, extra or anything unique or different. I feel like it's just another concealer, and I feel like there is so many other concealers on the market, including drugstore, that is even better than that concealer. I do highly suggest the powder, so if you're going for one or the other, I would highly suggest you get this powder if you want to get one or the other. Now again, these are my personal experiences with these products. Nothing against Jeffree, but I am here to review the product, not the person. I am here to bring honest reviews to you guys, and I truly, honestly don't feel like that concealer is worth $22. Let me know down in the comments, have you guys tried either one of these? Are you planning on getting them? Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever. Let me know. We all have different skin. We all have different opinions. So drop it down below what you think. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure that you stay tuned for the next review, as I will be reviewing the Blue Blood palette. Cannot wait. I love you all. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe. Share the video. Turn on your notification bell down below. And I love you all. I'll see you in my next